Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Jenn-Air Refrigerator Evaporator Fan Motor. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new Evaporator Fan Motor. The evaporator fan motor is what circulates the air inside the refrigerator. The main reason to be changing it out is if the motor has gone bad and the air isn't getting circulated and your fresh food side is getting warm. In order to change the part, the first thing we have to do is open up the freezer door. With the door open, we have to take out this rear access panel right here. Make sure you take out any food that might be stacked up there. We're going to remove this shelf to make it easier. All you have to do is push it back and then lift it up and then pull it out. Once you have it out, you can set it aside. With the shelf out of the way, we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to remove these two screws that hold the access panel on. Once you have the screws out, you can reach in and pull the bottom of the access panel up and then pull down on the panel and pull it out. Now that we have the access cover out of the way, we can take the wires off the evaporator fan motor. Sometimes they're on there a little tight, so if you have to, you can use a small flathead screwdriver to pop them off. We've got the ground wire on the top. Once you have the ground wire off, we can reach back and take off the orange and the blue wires. On these type, they're actually locked on there. If you look at the clear insulation, there's a little tab right here. You have to press that in order to get the wire to come off. If you don't press it, it won't release. So all you have to do is carefully press those and pull the wires off. Once you have the wires disconnected, we can take out the two screws that hold the fan onto the bracket. We're going to use our 1/4-inch nut driver, take out the screws. Once you have the second screw loose, you want to reach in and grab the fan so it doesn't fall down onto the evaporator and damage those copper lines or anything. Once you have the second screw out, you can pull the fan assembly out. Now that we have the evaporator fan motor assembly out of the freezer, we can disassemble it. First thing we're going to do is pull the fan blade off. You want to carefully get behind it with your fingers and slowly pull it off. Once you have the fan blade off, you can just set it aside. And then we're going to lay it back down so we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take out these two screws to hold the upper bracket on. Once you have the screws loose, you can lift the bracket off. You want to make sure that the rubber grommet comes with the bracket and doesn't stay on the motor because it's going to have to be used with the new motor. Same thing on the bottom, make sure the grommet stays with it. If it stays on the old motor, make sure you pull it out. Here's the old evaporator fan motor next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the assembly back together, first thing we're going to do is set the new motor down onto the grommet with the shaft up, and then we're going to put the bracket over the top of it and use our 1/4-inch nut driver to tighten down the screws. Once you have the screws tightened down, we can put the fan blade on. Same as we took it off, we're going to lift it up so we can see the shaft, and we're going to push the fan blade all the way down till the bottom's out. Once you have the assembly put back together, we can put it back in the freezer. To put the assembly in, we're going to drop one of the screws through the metal holding bracket. And then we're going to get our nut driver on it. And then we're going to lift the assembly up and kind of lift it into the screw, and then we can tighten the screw down. Before we tighten this one down completely, we're going to put the other side in and get it started so it's easy to line that hole up. Now that we have this screw tightened down, we can go back and tighten the other one down. Now we can hook the wires back up. On our model, remember, it was blue towards the back. And you may have to reach in with your other hand so you hold the motor so you can push these on. But blue is on the terminal closest to the wall. Make sure you get them on there nice and tight. Good connection. And then the orange one And then we can put our ground wire on. Once you have all the wires reconnected, we can put the access cover back on. To put the access cover on, we want to make sure that this part right here goes underneath that upper panel, and then we can swing it down and use our 1/4" nut driver to put the screws in. Now that we have the access panel on the back, we can slide the shelf back in. All you have to do is line it up and push it back into place. Once you have it all the way back, you can drop it down and then pull it forward so it rests on the front. Now that we have the part installed, we can close the freezer door, plug it back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.